Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Boomer Grounds. As you can see, I'm by myself. So instead of me just sitting here and spewing off a bunch of information by myself like I would on stream, we're going to have a special episode. I did a podcast with an old friend of mine named Brian Schneider where we both just kind of chit-chatted for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And we're going to have link that up for this week's podcast. He is a Magic the Gathering creator. He worked for Wizards of the Coast, then he worked for Zynga and some other projects. He's going to be on my stream this Thursday, June 25th, I believe the date is, at around 11 a.m. Pacific. He has a new board game development tool that I am going to go and play test. We talk about it a bit during the podcast. So if you're interested in that sort of stuff, come check it out this Thursday on twitch.tv/Terry Sang. And we'll see you then. And yeah, we're got a special episode. We'll have these ones from time to time when people get busy, and I'll try to schedule in some interviews and chats with other creators and things like that. So this is the first of those. Hope you enjoy the episode.
Boomer Grounds, yeah, we back on the wave. Two boomers in the lobby, still making plays. From the shop to the tavern, we don't behave. Talk meta, talk life, talk common, rank grades. Boomer Grounds, turn it up, press play. Old school feel with the new school sway. Every week, new heat, let it run, don't fade. If you came for the vibes, you in the right place. Yeah, welcome to the pod, pull a chair to the table. BPM low, but the read still fatal. Boomer brain, but the line stay stable. Hit them with the level ups, label it a fable. Queue up, we discussing every patch, every tweak. Broken comps, bad beats, every high roll streak. From the goldens in the shop to the throws on a misplay. Clip it for the chat, that's a boomer kind of replay. Late night grind, but the jokes stay timeless. Talk real life, little tilt, little kindness. From the YouTube feed to the Twitch chat sounds. If you know, then you know this is Boomer Grounds.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Schneider, and I wrote the Alternate Worlds book and created the Alternate Worlds podcast with people from the book, like Terry Sang, who I have known for 30 years now.
Yeah.
You can believe it. I can't believe we're even 30 years old, but how you doing, man?
I've been good. Life is treated me pretty well in general. Can't complain. You know, living, have a good family, all that sort of stuff.
What's it like on Twitch? I'm not on Twitch. I've never Twitched. I mean, I've been on Twitch.
Fun. Are we actually doing this on the thing now? Okay.
Is this your job? Is this a part of it? No,
I guess technically, because I don't actually do anything else.
Yeah,
stay at home dad for the most part, but like started during COVID because I needed like some way to socialize when you know we couldn't go out, and it just kind of like became an integral part of my life. I come on, play video games, made a bunch of friends, hang out, talk to people, and now you know I don't actually need to go out and socialize. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I think it's really fun. Yeah, I think it's doing these live calls is a lot of fun. I think it's been really good to you're like number 90. I think you'll be the 90th in the sort. You have no idea what you're in for right now, do you?
I watched the Ben Sec one, and I watched parts of like the Nate Heiss and Randy Bueller one because those are actually people I knew for a long time.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's just watch all this. They are quite long, but so I'm prepared for that.
Yeah, I think this is for like some far future PhD student who gets interested in the games industry, particularly on the hobby side, and then they're like, here it is, everything I need to know. Great. This was the time Brian and Terry talked about whatever we're going to talk about. We don't even know yet. Not really.
That's okay. You know, we could just wing it. That's the fun of these things, just socializing and talking to an old friend that you haven't seen in forever. Get caught up in life. I can't remember the last time I saw you.
Yeah, and I guess it's going both ways, right? We're hosting both ways. So Terry's
Yeah.
live on Twitch right now, and this is kind of the second time it's happened. Brian Monolakis and I kind of competed by accident, but he was a great dance partner by and large.
Yeah.
So, well, your face is making a face.
My face is making a face.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's just
I
my
don't know what
face,
to do
my
with
friend.
that.
Sometimes it's not always just smile and giggle. Sometimes it actually has to be in,
Well, who are
resting
you?
position.
I
Huh?
said who I am, kind of. Who are you, kind of?
Well, I am Terry Tang,
Yeah.
I guess technically former pro Magic player.
Oh yeah.
Although I was like one of like the least amount of money made probably of all the Magic players you've had on here. I had a very
I actually have a spreadsheet. No.
I had a very low like cash to pro point ratio, supposedly, because I just like played pro tours. I didn't play any of the other side stuff like Grand
Yeah.
Prix and stuff because it was just not very cost effective.
You cared
there's no
about ROI from the beginning.
Well, yeah, I mean, paying like $1,000 to go try to play Grand Prix where first prize is 2,500 doesn't seem like a very worthy thing to do.
Not a good investment. No.
Yeah. I also like being on the West Coast made it much more difficult because the flights are just so much more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So played Magic for a long time, then transitioned to poker like a lot of other Magic players. Played poker for a very long time, mostly live, which is probably very different than a lot of other people. We had like a very good casino scene over here for a long time. We actually had like the biggest poker room in Canada here for a long time. But that eventually got shut down because their poker doesn't make money. So we had that, and then ended up in private games, did private games for a long time. Never really traveled much for tournaments and everything because really poor ROI on those things as well. Especially like Canadians get taxed an additional 30% when we win prizes in the US. So it makes it even worse going to like events like the World Series and stuff.
Have you ever thought about not being Canadian?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd much rather live in Canada than the US, let's be fair.
Yeah. Canada, the benefits outweigh the costs there.
Yeah.
How did you get into Magic? And I'm kind of curious when you like what led to a sea change where you kind of like felt like, oh, I'm confidently Terry and can go out and play in these tournaments and do well. Like, was there a moment where you're like, oh, I'm Terry now, as opposed to prior? Or like when I talk to other folks, like there's a sea change moment for them where they're like, oh, this challenged me and I kind of woke up. Were you always this way?
I mean, so we actually had a pretty good like local tournament scene. There's like a bunch of people that made it onto the Pro Tour like eventually, and this all started like pre-Pro Tour. So like a bunch of people that made it, like Terry Lau has a Pro Tour top 8, Pete Radnich had a Pro Tour top 8, Ryan Fuller had one, and a bunch of other locals. We were all playing like Type 1 like every week, like way back in the day, pre-Pro Tour. We all heard about the Pro Tour, so we were like, okay, well, this is like Pro Tour 3, I think, because we didn't know about the phone call Pro Tour, and and I don't think we had many chances to do the one for LA, the first draft one. I don't know if there's the main qualifiers, but we were like a 2.5-hour drive away from Seattle, and there are lots of events in Seattle, so we all geared up. We were like, okay, we got to play this new format, which was like Type 2 with 5 of each card from each set or something, which was awful. We played there. The first Pro Tour we played in, I won. The first PTQ, I mean, we played in, I won. They actually flew out Mark Justice and Mark Chalice for that event. It was supposed to be like a big event for them, and I beat them both on my way to victory. With I came first, and Pete Radnich came in second. So I was like,
nice,
a very good start to the day. Yeah, like that was the start, and then we went to qualify for Pro Tour Columbus, which was at Origins. And
what did you play in Origins?
I played the same deck Pete played.
Oh wow, he finished like 5th or 6th or 3rd.
He finished 3rd. He actually lost to Ole in the top 4, which is like a deck we beat like 70% of the time.
Yeah, he knew his card backs better than you knew his card fronts. So
no, well, it didn't really matter. He just needed to draw the right cards. Right, like he was playing like red green spider deck, and we were playing like the Joko Hops deck.
Black. Oh yeah.
So it was a really good matchup for us, but you know, we Pete lost and he was a little frustrated about that. And I made top 32 in that event, and that got me hooked. Right. And then I pretty much like qualified for like every pro tour after that for like the next 6 years. And just constantly winning PTQs. Like back then it was really nice because like even if you were qualified for the PT, you were able to play in PTQs.
Mm-hmm.
So we always made sure all of us were able to qualify because I don't know if this is good. It's gamesmanship, but we try to negotiate so we would get paired against each other or knock people out in the top 8s.
That was normal back then. Yeah, that happened everywhere. It
happened everywhere, but I don't know if it's, you know, if WOTC necessarily wants to talk about manipulating qualifiers.
Oh, I mean, you know, the past is the past. Do they own that information? I don't know. But I don't think they're paying too much attention to.
Yeah, so like we would go down to these PTQs. There'd be like 4 or 5 of us qualified, and then like the person in like 6th place gets like the slot because we're like knocking people out or conceding.
Oh yeah. Chicago did it. I know, like Virginia did it. I'm sure New York did it. It was just commonplace back then. The rules changed. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun, and it made it so like also back then you actually got cash for like winning events, like travel money. So it made it worthwhile because then we would just like split up travel like money and to get people invites, and they would just give us the cash and all that stuff.
There were really good tournaments aside from the collusion aspect you're talking about, which they corrected after about a year, right? They were like, you pro qualified players can't play.
I think it was more. It feels like it was way more than a year because I remember doing it for like 2 or 3 seasons worth. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. Those events were so much fun just because like everyone was participating because it didn't matter if you were already qualified. All the top players were still playing those events.
Yeah, what are your top finishes?
I had a top 8 at Pro Tour New York, the one with Team Jumble.
Yeah, red blue.
We came 1st, 2nd, and 8th, which was me. Ryan Fuller came 9th in that event as well with the earlier version of our deck. Won Canadian Nationals once, made national team another time, and like a ton of like top 32s. I had a few close calls for other top 8s, but like I lost to Justin Gary in a play-in match where one time, and then lost to I can't remember who I lost to. Lost to someone else in a play-in match in San Diego, I think, one year. But yeah, I was never like the elite, but I was like probably a good solid tier, like 2.5.
You were one of the anti-players, right? You would play like money drafts and whatnot, and go like all night long. And
yeah, it's also a bit of a regret, like because I would just like every time we go to a pro tour stop, I would just like wouldn't leave the convention center and just play money drafts all the time, and like never visited the city.
You're like, how was Japan? It's like the money drafting tables were just as good as anywhere else.
Exactly. I mean, it was good because it's like a good time to just go and hang out with friends. But like, I remember going to New Orleans. I think I went to like Bourbon Street for like 30 minutes. I was like, oh my God, this street reeks, and just went back to the convention center. And then like a bunch of places just like never traveled around unless I stayed there like a couple extra days after. Like I remember when going to Rome, and we're like, okay, I'm not going to fly to Rome that often, so let's stay here a few extra days and hang out and actually see Rome. And I'm like, man, Rome is really dirty. I remember walking around Pro Tour Rome, and there's just like dog poop all over all the streets. I'm like, this is kind of disgusting.
Nobody talks about this. It's not public.
It is, but like
Meg Ryan was lucky not to go to Rome. She didn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, it's like there's so much history here, but it's just like there's all these like stray dogs everywhere, just pooping all over the street. You're just like can't look up to see the sights because you gotta make sure you don't step in dog poop.
So that you're not selling like the leave the table aspect that we talked about prior, where we were like,
no, hey, but like now I kind of feel regret because like I didn't actually spend more time like enjoy the food of the area and all that stuff. Like I was a kid, I was like ordering pizza. Now I'm like, God, I wish I went and ate all this food in New Orleans and Rome and all this stuff.
Yeah. Culture comes later, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. You don't think about it when you're 20 years old. You're like, and they think about that these opportunities will be missed later on.
Yeah, for sure. What card embodies like what card is like your card? Do you have like close kinship with? Is there one where you're like, that's the Terry Sang card? That's me.
Trying to think if there's anything that
Is
that
there
would be me.
a card
I
that
mean,
speaks to you? Who's your commander? That kind of thing.
like I won nationals with like Waterfront Bouncer,
Oh yeah, I could see that.
so I could see that being like a Terry Sang card. I played a lot of Curse Scrolls back in the day, so that could also be a Terry and Fire Blast. I definitely maybe Fire Blast. Fire Blast is probably one of my favorite cards.
Yeah, that's a fun one. That feels like a card that could have been in the Avatar set.
Yeah. How about you? Like you played a long time. You designed a lot of decks. Is there like a card that defines you?
Are you saying that I'm old? Is there a card that defines me? I think the card I like the most is probably Chaos Orb. I just really like flipping that stupid thing. I liked how much it warped the game. I like Scheherazade a lot. That's
Yeah.
certainly a card that like I played a ton of early on to the chagrin of everyone around me. I was a big fan of decks that didn't do anything, which is a great learning tool because eventually you're like, hey, let's not do anything for as long as we can and win the game with the like longest thread possible. So even slower than stasis is my preference.
I read your post that you put up I think yesterday about
Oh
how
yeah.
how you put up for your playing decks that literally did nothing. You can only win with 2 games blessings. I was just like, oh my god, I would have hated to play you in those events.
We won. We won all the slots, and we won the next slots that aren't even slots. It was like so dominant to just sit there and relax and enjoy the game, Terry. Like you like Curse Scroll and Fire Blast. I can just get, I can essentially just Gerard's Wisdom once, and your life is over. But I'm gonna enjoy the experience. I want you to have a good time.
Yeah, that's exactly how we're going to feel when I'm playing against you. What good times we're having here as I'm just slowly dying this long drawn out death.
Wait, that sounds like real life. Sorry. Just
For
a
some reason,
metaphor.
when I think of you, the card I would probably think of you the most probably Intuition.
Intuition, I loved that card.
Yeah, that seems like definitely a Brian Schneider card.
Yeah, I played that one a ton, and it was in that deck a bunch as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had a list. There was some list of like the 10 cards that made me, and I have it on Substack, and I have no idea what's in it. But I would guess Intuition. I know Chaos Orb's in it. It's kind of fun. Like for me, I didn't see Magic stuff for the last 20 years on my feeds everywhere until I started this project. But then, like, there's a channel that just shows dual lands and old cards. You're like, great. They're all kind of friends from the past, right?
Yeah. Seeing the prices of those old cards of the past, it makes me sad for how much money essentially passed through my hands. Because a lot of the times, because playing the Pro Tours was so unprofitable, I would just like buy cards here in Canadian dollars and sell them at like the US equivalent and make my 30-40% just for like going to the Pro Tours. So now I'm just like, man, I wish I kept those 30 moxes or 40 moxes that passed through my hands. And,
yeah, that one you probably
200 dual lands that probably passed through my hands as well. I'm just like, huh.
When you get to the gates of heaven, they're going to be like, how much value went through Terry's hands? And you'll win on that axis. So like, just you're ready for the day when it comes.
Yeah, I'm just like, my life was good anyways. I didn't need that extra money. Who needs a few million extra?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I don't ever really look back. I just look forward. So I don't.
Yeah.
I have long been programmed to like not care about any of that stuff. But I certainly could understand why one would. We were talking at MagicCon. I was at dinner with Scaff, and he was talking about he had 8 alpha decks, sealed decks that he put up at one of the origins that I'm sure we were both at, and he was going to auction them off to do a draft to raise money for charity, but they ran out of time to run the event, so they just $200 a head to enter the event. And like now they're worth $800,000 each.
Holy cow.
Or is it total? It might be in total. So that was a hard one for him. He was still like, ooh. And Dennis Bentley and I split that, and we played Ante in the end. It was a Grandmaster tournament that, like, I don't know. Dennis and I decided to play in, and he and I played in the finals for Ante, and that was pretty fun. So at least it went to friendly
Good
homes.
place.
Yeah, it was pretty weird that he was telling that conversation, and it was like, I won that. Pretty cool.
200 ahead was a lot back then.
Yeah, you know, yeah, I didn't sign up. My dad signed up, and he was like looking for the person to play, and my brother was in nationals or pro tour or something, and I had stayed up 36 hours in a row or something, but it was fun. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it's been a while. Did we ever play against each other? Did we ever play Ante against each other?
We might have done like money drafts against each other. I think. Were you part of the one draft?
Yeah, we did. I'm sure.
When Land like busted his hand open on the table. Were you part of that draft?
Yeah,
I think you were.
I would guess so.
There was this one draft that we were playing against Land, Jeff Fung. I can't remember who the third. Actually, I don't think it was you. I think it was Adrian Sayers. And we opened our team opened like insane cards, so we were just like shit talking before the draft, like before the events playing even started, and we were asking if they wanted to buy out and stuff because like our decks were like totally busted, and they shit kicked us in the draft, in the actual playing of the draft,
5-0, right?
Yeah, or something. And Land just like in celebration goes and like punches the table, and he like splits his hand open. from the excitement of punching the table, because we were shit talking so much, he's just so excited that he's got like this big gash on his hand.
He may tell this story on his episode, in like Pinnacle style. Yeah, I was not there, but I do think we played against each other. I think we played against each other at a pro tour. We played at a pro tour. It was me, Patrick Chapin, and Lan Ho, and it was you, Brian Kibler, and Mike Bergoli.
Oh, that could be
and we beat you. Yeah,
that's fair.
We were all having a terrible tournament, and
yes, I remember this. Yes, I remember that now.
And I think you wanted you'll hear about this too in Land's call. Just assume Land's call is just about his grievances with Terry Sang.
There's not very many grievances against Terry Sang, I don't think.
No.
So this is it'll be a rare occasion.
Yeah, small man from New York is coming after you, but not really. Yeah. What was your favorite epoch of Magic? Like, what was your favorite time as a player? You've played a long time, probably.
I have. I actually started playing again recently too, and man,
I can see it in your eyes.
Expensive. Yeah, it is expensive.
Yeah, I don't. I would just get a commander deck and be done. I'd be like, done. I might get like those printed decks of the old school decks. I'm like, done. That seems awesome to me. Playing for real seems way worse than playing with
I just play online. I don't actually play like in person.
Oh yeah, okay.
I like to play in the comfort of my home. Just sit around, no pants on, just in front of the computer, just chilling around playing games.
Is that the name of your Twitch channel?
Yeah, I mean, I stream with no pants on. Who cares? Like,
yeah, no one's gonna know.
They don't know. They don't know.
I mean,
if I
you're
have
telling
pants
them
on.
now.
Yeah, I mean, I tell them all the time.
I both want to ask and don't want to ask if you're wearing pants right now.
But my favorite expansion, probably like Urza's block. I think just because it's a pretty popular choice for most people because the cards are just so broken, and the R&D for that, like as someone that worked in R&D, you must look back at that set and be like, what were they thinking with all these mechanics?
Yeah, it's why they had to hire people like me, right? I love that set. I love that block.
It was so much fun. That's so much good
I like
stuff.
overpowered things, I guess. I mean, it was the most fun. That was really fun. You could kill on turn one.
Constructed was fun. The limited was fun. Like, all of it was just actually fun. So, like, it was a very rare expansion.
And yet we all, like, think negatively of the people who made it, but like it was the thing we love most. So it's hard to know how to parse that.
I mean, it probably wasn't as fun for the casuals because they probably got like destroyed more because the power level is just so much higher that the skill players would just be able to like overpower them way easier. So I assume from a casual standpoint, it probably wasn't as popular, but you know, from the pro standpoint, they're just like, oh my god, so
you turned it into poker. Yeah, that makes sense to me. It was like the most sharkish time. You were like, wow, we are all really powerful. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, because imagine going to like a tournament with like your homebrew deck, and then you're just like someone just like, okay, I'll kill you on turn 2. You're just like, wow, this was such a fun experience.
Yeah, it does sound bad now that you speak to it. Maybe that's why the game is different now.
Yeah, I mean, the game is definitely a lot different now. The power level of cards has creeped so high relative to like back in the day.
Here's
cards that were just like broken like way before, just like unplayable nowadays.
What would you do as Lord Magic if you ran it all? You could do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It's Terry's edition of Magic the Gathering. How it's made.
I mean, the direction they're going now is fine. Like power creep is fine. It's, you know, if you want to sell cards, you have to power creep, because if the cards that come out are worse than the cards of the past, no one's going to buy it. Like that's just plain and simple.
It's capitalism 101.
I know. So it's like, I think the direction they're going now seems fine. Like, I think they are putting out a few too many sets with all the universes. I'm sure you've heard this before.
They're not slowing down. I've also heard that.
Yeah, but I mean, all the power to them. They can make money. Let them make money. Like, I definitely will complain about them, you know, trying to make as much money as possible, because they're a business. That's what they're supposed to do, right? I'd much rather see them do this than just like shrivel up and die, because they're trying to produce like the highest quality sets, but only like 2 a year, right? Like, if they try that, you know, profitability goes down, and they just fall to the wayside because, you know, one, people love just having new cards to look at and play with, and you know, they easily get bored if the environment stays too stale for too long. So, you know, pumping out sets is, I think, generally good for the game, but it's not very good for the wallet if you're just a player that like loves to draft and play all the time. Like, it could be super expensive.
I'm kind of curious what you want to do as a streamer that you can't do presently. Like, what do you wish you could do that if you could build any tools or any ecosystems or anything into Twitch or what would you do?
Okay, so the main problem with Twitch is that it has no discoverability. Like, so what we talk about on my podcast, Boomer Grounds, is like streaming things, gaming things in general, like, you know, the current news. Right now, Twitch is trying to stop viewbotting, because viewbotting is like one of the biggest quote unquote problems for them. It's not actually really a problem for Twitch, because viewbotting bumps up lots of numbers. It makes them look really good to advertisers. So they're not super incentivized to really take this down. But it's bad that like it's a problem, right? Like, you actually want real viewers there as opposed to fake viewers. So they started to cap people on Twitch. Like, the biggest person, I think, was FaZe Banks this week. Got capped from 40,000 average viewers and got capped at 2,000 viewers.
Wow.
That's a 95% reduction in viewership, which shows like how bad like the problem was, because they're only supposed to be doing it to people that were constant view buyers. If there was a better way to discover people besides, you know, like when you open up a Twitch page and you go, I want to watch a Magic stream, you just immediately go click viewership top to bottom, and that's why viewbotting is so prevalent. If there was just some better way to do it, I don't know how they would do it, but they need like some better way. Like, at least YouTube, you have like real discoverability. Like, they'll recommend small channels and all this stuff to you, and it actually comes up in your your feed, as opposed to maybe like a little square in the bottom left corner, right? But yeah, the viewership problem is major. It's been a problem with Twitch for a long time.
Yeah.
That's why viewbotting is so prevalent. Like, you viewbot like a couple thousand users, you're like all of a sudden on the top 2, and then people are just gonna click you, and you're just gonna get a bunch of new people. So like, it's a major problem in the streaming space in general, but I don't know what the solve is for how they have it set up.
Yeah, I think Substack has like been exploring and experimenting with different algorithms to help people find you. It's slow, but it's definitely like eventually you'll find your people over time.
Yeah.
But streaming's different a little bit because it's so one-sided, right? There's one person who gets to like be the champion of the clan and everyone else is in the clan, right?
Yeah.
Whereas on Substack, everyone's the champion of their own clan.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, like, the way Twitch is set up, there's like no real algorithm that they get like to show you new stuff, right? Like, I don't know. I haven't surfed Substack at all, but you just come to like the front page. There's like a little revolving screen with the people, and then it's just your game, right? And just like you see the list of people you follow, and you're just not gonna deviate from that. And if you want someone new, you just click the game category. It automatically sorts by people top to bottom, and you're just like, if you're like someone streaming to 5 viewers, how the hell are you supposed to get discovered?
Yeah, it seems really hard. We made games at Captain TV for streamers, and we were very successful at getting the 80% long tail of the smaller streamers into the ecosystem and actually we made like 4 or 5 million on Stream Raiders in the first couple of years, which is
you made that game? That game was great.
Yeah, it was good. It was Brad Ross and the team did that, and it was pretty cool and pretty good. And if they had just invested in that one game, and having one deep franchise, it could have lived and supported the long tail of the platform. But once you get into that top 10 or 20% of streamers, it's like very uneven how to like get these people to play anything. It ends up being really not worth paying for. So the power law makes everything really bizarre. You can build a business on the long tail to a point and help the people who are grinding find an audience that way, right? People are finding your stream because they're playing with you on this back end game. That was good for discovery, probably. They've never done games well integrated into the platform, which is really interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely like a tough thing. I don't know how easily you could integrate a game into the platform. Like, I never actually got into Stream Readers. I assume it was probably very difficult getting some sort of game that worked with it. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you get a game that worked well with it, they have like things that you can like see where people are looking and stuff, and use that to allow chat to tell you what to do and all those like other things and move the mouse and stuff. But like, integrating an actual game into the stream seems extremely difficult.
It was pretty bad. I mean, that company, Captain TV, did a lot of that work, but Twitch wasn't very supportive, which was weird because it's totally beneficial for Twitch for that to succeed. So I have just thought like Twitch isn't a very innovative company by and large. It's kind of leveraging an asset that it's had for a long time, and does it do much? Like they do like boring product manager things that like are not platform vision oriented, right?
No, they have very poor vision. Like, they had a good product, they got bought up by Amazon.
Yeah,
Amazon's like bottom line now, and the problem is like they lose money every year just because it costs so much to stream, to produce the streams onto the world, especially for the small streamers. Like, the small streamers must cost them a ton of money because they have no viewership, right? Like, they had to pull out of, I think, South Korea, I believe, because they were just losing too much money for the viewership that was coming in. So like, it's just a money hemorrhage for them, and there's no other good way for them to monetize at this point. I can't think of any ways for them to actually monetize better.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder about Substack. Has like, not many people are doing what I'm doing, where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna film full-length movies with people, and I've got like 91 of them stored somewhere, and is that bad? Do I make enough money to pay for that? Do they make enough money off me to pay for that? I don't know. But it would be helpful if they would make that clearer so I could help them better. But the companies don't tend to do that. It's kind of funny. They don't work like towards their incentives always. Um, but I do wonder, like, are you supposed to make a certain amount of money before you unlock access to certain functionality that allows you to the company to feel like they're getting a good deal out of it? Whereas, like you said, Amazon's lost the entire time, probably hoping that costs would go down on the streaming cost side, and it just hasn't happened, right?
Yeah, like it's just going to be a money loser. Like the thing is, like they're not the actual product. They're just like a platform for the product, and the product is the streamers, right? So they're not like they don't have anything really to promote to make themselves better. Like they're not the product. Like if all the big streamers decide to go away, they're just like, okay, well, we're just F. So there's nothing. It's hard for them to like figure out like what to promote, especially when now the competition such as Kick, which essentially cloned them, offer like a bigger share to the streamers,
Yep.
right? So it's a tough business, man. I definitely wouldn't want to be in charge, and I personally think the guy in charge right now is an idiot. So that doesn't help things.
Yeah, I mean, it's a commodity business, right? There's a lot of businesses that are about to become commodity businesses, which become, intellectual battles with like perverse incentives, which can be fun to play for a while as long as there's like a justice system that works. But yeah, being in any like I've wondered about like Substack as a startup in a space with a bunch of companies that have exited and have tons of money. That's certainly like a hard road to toe. Is that hard road to hoe? Does it matter what did I say? Which one is it?
Hard road to toe. I think. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I wish we could do it like a.
If only there was AI or something that could just tell us what the proper expression is.
Yeah, well, how do you use AI? Do you use AI much?
No, I don't really. I use AI to edit shorts and all that sort of stuff. Like, I'm terrible at editing and be able to like
hard
automatically transcribe my podcasts and stuff, and just be like, okay, we want this and this and this, and just be able to see it easily without actually doing much myself. Makes it much easier. But like, I don't use AI in daily life.
Mhm.
That stuff. I assume you're probably like the same way with the editing of the pods and all that sort of stuff.
Substack does it automatically, and then if you want to subset it further, you can. I have created my own clips from things, and that's fun. But I do so much normally. It's like I don't really have time to spend too much thinking about it. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not too aggressive about sharing clips generally. So it's I do on YouTube, but I don't know. I would love to live in a world where I don't need the clips particularly. And I'm like, here's the long form thing, and that's good. Sounds good.
Like the clips are like your little ads towards getting people to the long form thing, though. That's the issue.
Yeah, I think I'm probably bad at that, and I'm okay with it. I'm like, it does. It's not like I think almost everyone that I would expect to know about what we're doing here knows. And so there's this question of like, do I care if like the new player knows? I don't know. I don't know that I do. I think it's a specific audience who's going to mostly want this, and I think game design programs will mostly want this. And I'm okay with that. I think people who like the next set and are just happy to play Commander might enjoy this series, but like they're most interested in fixing Magic today, right? They're like, what would you do to make Magic better today? Doesn't this thing that's going on today frustrate you? And it's like, can't frustrate me. I don't even know what it is. I've never played Magic Arena. I've never downloaded it or played it or anything. So I can't change it.
So what do you play nowadays then?
Yeah, I've been building my own stuff, and that's going pretty neatly. I'm pretty excited about that. I have been playing Splendor with my daughters.
Yeah.
I play Once Upon a Galaxy with my daughters occasionally on the
Nice.
phone. Matt plays game.
Yeah, I enjoy that game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then I'm trying to think of the last games that I did play Magic with my daughters a bunch before MagicCon to get them ready. or get my oldest daughter ready. She was there, and got to see Grandpa and all these crazy old people who used to make the game. Yeah, I think mostly games with the kids. They're really into Splendor right now. Funny enough, like you can fill the coffers in a minute, but I've bought like, I don't know, a couple $100 worth of games like Jay Schneider and Jake Tice and like Cole Medeiros. They're like, you should get this to play with your kids, and I buy it all. But Splendor's the one we've opened most recently, and the kids really like it. It's good. It's a little easy, but it's a great builder block game for future German style games.
Maybe I should pick it up and play with my daughter sometime.
I like it. I think it's pretty good, and we should talk about that. By the way, um, you could be the first test case. I don't know. Let me see. Is it up? Yeah, I don't know if you'll like this or not, audience. But let me see. Let me share my screen. Will it let me share a window? Share this window? Yeah, I've just been. Oh, do I want this
Ooh.
surfaced? Yeah, so this is me playing around with the prototype, but you can see here, boom. This is Splendor. I just made it because I'm not interested in taking someone else's game or IP, but I'm very interested in allowing people to customize their own games and have all the components they would need to make anything they want. And so in here, I have like complete. This is all the different assets that you can make that you can print to a printer, and then I've been working on different tools that allow you to customize different aspects of things and have it appear. And so if you want to make a board game and do all the work with it, this is a cool set where, like, Terry, you and I could make a game right now. We could both plug into it with our own tool set. We could play games synchronously and do just a ton of really fun game making and game playing. So I don't know how interesting that is to you, but
That's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that seems super cool.
and you can print and publish it. And I'm just like, what do you do with that? So I'm like, after this call, I'll talk to a pre-seed investor that I've known for a long time about what we're doing. And it just feels like I love the idea of a community of people building and playing games for each other. I love the idea of making games for my family and customizing them and personalizing them. So if we were like, hey, let's make the Terry Sang version of Splendor, we could just do it and print it and send it to your house, right? I don't want to take their IP, but you know what I mean, just as an example.
So is what you're developing the actual app that makes it, or like are you just going to make it as a business where you can like they could log in, create the stuff, and you just print and send to them?
Yeah, I think we're talking about which model we want to go with. So do you want, I can build in the open on Substack, build things with people, build things for people, help educate them. Justin Gary's got his Think Like a Game Designer group. We could easily partner with him and like try to get people using the tool. I think there's this question of, you can certainly do that as a paid service, or, you know, like you're talking about, you have an account, you can build on it. You could also do it as more open source where other people are helping you build the platform to where you want it to go. And so we're going to navigate those questions after this, funny enough. But certainly, I love the idea of taking like some trusted parties and starting to make and play and stream games with the tools now to like harden the design. Does the platform work? Yeah, it works now. I've been working on it for the last month or so. And then there's this other component, which I don't know that we need to get into too much, but there's like a first party component of it that, you know, what do you do when you have like a tool set to everywhere? What do you do when you have a tool set with like extreme power tools of the age? So there's a lot I'm thinking about along those lines. And by the time this airs, and oh wait, this is going to air on your side soon. Anyway, is it visual or is it a podcast? Like,
yeah, it's so if you don't want me to put something on, just tell me and I'll just slice it out or whatever.
Oh yeah, I wonder if we should slice that out.
I mean, you could tell me to not post this for like 3 months or whatever, and I could just shelve it.
Oh yeah,
that's also possible.
No, it's a good point. But I was so excited, and you liked it and responded well, so that's worth some amount.
Don't
Yeah,
worry, I don't save VODs either, so no one can sneak a peek after, so it's fine.
yeah. Well, we can talk about it. I think one of those options is good, whether we just either snip it and know like what is going on, or we just delay it. I think one of those will work.
Yeah, okay. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
we don't have to sweat it too much. Like in 3 months, like if we do it, we're going to be like way beyond this point, and I wouldn't mind. But let me see what the conversation's like this afternoon, and that'll give me a better signal on WhatsApp.
So besides this,
Sorry.
well, no
What's that?
worry, I don't care. Besides this, like I don't think my fans here or people that know me know all the stuff that you have actually worked on, which has been pretty extensive. So you want to give
Oh
a
yeah.
quick rundown of your
Oh,
game
yeah.
design resume?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I didn't show so many of the things that also make it really unique and interesting. But you saw enough to be like, that
Yeah.
sounds cool. And if we want to
Yes.
make your own Splendor game, I doubt they'll care too much. But yeah, I'm Brian Schneider. I know Terry from gambling with some degenerates in Canada.
We'll tell that story after.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought that was the main credit you were digging for.
No,
I was
I still don't think they know much of your background besides you being Brian Schneider, former Magic player, and
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, I was considered one of the better deck builders of the
Our generation.
90s.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was on Team CMU with Randy Bueller and Mike Turian and Eric Lauer and a whole bunch of people who came after. My brother was Justin Schneider, who was the junior national champion and finished top 8 in Chicago. So we had a bunch. I had another brother, Jeremy, who finished 20th in Dallas. At the same tournament my other brother won. So we had like a family of gamers. My dad was the one who got us all kind of supported and into this stuff. He was a chess master dude. So after that, I work on Magic for about 6 years. I work on a bunch of things at Wizards. I lead the second design group for 3 years. So if you've played Kamigawa, Ravnica, or Time Spiral, I was the lead for those. And after about 6 years, I have a habit of working myself abnormally hard, to the point of my own detriment, and that has played out at every stop. So I took a year off to rest. I spent a year in Texas with Lanho and Landiho. And then I ended up going to San Francisco to work in startups, a company called Serious Business, got acquired by Zynga. Worked on Cityville, and that which was their flagship game for their IPO window. And then I've gone on to do a bunch of different things at startups. I worked on Episode Interactive to build that up, which is still a big business today in mobile storytelling. I was the head of product at Modern Health, which is a unicorn mental health company, which is a super weird accolade. And I've done a lot of crazy startup stewarding over the last 5 years. I was the chief of studios at Serious Entertainment. Was that too long?
No, that's good.
Was it perfect?
Yeah, that was perfect. I mean, they didn't know much of your game design background besides working at Wizards, so I thought, maybe it's good to actually have them somewhat informed on what you've done in the last 30 years.
Well, I'll tell you a couple things. So this prototype, I've definitely been like, hey, what would I want to start on my own? How would I want to do it? Who would I want to include? And the podcast series has been an abnormally wonderful experience, just in hearing everyone's stories and their journeys, and also talking to people from the world of digital game making versus analog game making, and just feeling where the gaps are. Because on digital, the things and the ways that people think are much more tech company forward than Wizards of the Coast would be. And so it's been really interesting hearing the different perspectives and getting in touch with both sides and seeing, oh, this is how I would want a company to work in the future, where everyone could work in a Wizards-like paradigm and not be tech locked and talking about implementation details instead of what makes a great design. So I just see this world where we're all able to like play and make the games we want together with power tools, and we're all making each other smarter and better. Similarly to how Magic worked when we got together and played this new game that was an entirely new way of thinking, and there was a reason for us to get together to play, to make, and there's something in the lesson of us getting together in 1995, 96, 97, and this cohort going on to do kind of amazing things and become amazing people. what's right about that, and how can we do it for other groups of people? And that's kind of been how I've taken all these calls. It's like, oh, that's what I want to do, so that's what I'm doing.
Perfect. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see everyone. This is kind of, I think these call days are my favorite days.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy the days of my pods because, like, mostly my pods, I have a few co-hosts, and just like they're like good friends I made through the internet, and we occasionally have on guests like you would be right now, and it's usually just us like catching up on what's going on in the world, what's going on in each of those others' lives, and just having like a good like chat for an hour and just laughing about how stupid streamers are in general and why people want to watch these people that just want to like hit their faces so they get the perfect shape of their face to looks max to the maximum and all that sort of just like, oh my god, these internet personalities, some of them are not the brightest, but they get views. That's what's all that matters. They make lots of money.
Yeah, it's funny. I think I hadn't been on the internet. You're like much braver than I always was. But like 9 months ago, I just was like, all right, I'm just gonna see what it's like. I think it's good for you and bad for you. But it's a lot like living in a city, right? It's just a really big city. Everyone's everyone's in it, and they're all in everyone's proximity all the time. But a lot of the feelings you have that you have to deal with from a person-to-person perspective are things you would deal with in a city, where someone's just not going to try to ruin your day, and you're like, no thanks.
Yeah, like in general though, like when you're on the internet, at least as a streamer, your community just kind of becomes like a perception of you. Like you kind of cut out most of the bad people that you've like banned them or whatever, that are just trying to be like really shitty in your chat and like really try to bring you down and stuff. Like they're just people you generally enjoy hanging out with. My community is not huge, so I can't imagine, if I was streaming to like 10,000 people, it's obviously going to be very different. But like, this is just like my version of socialization. And I don't, someone's an asshole, I have no problem fucking kicking them the hell out, because who needs that in their life? Like, what's the point of dealing with someone that's just going to bring you down? It's kind of like my same feeling in real life. Like, if you're a jerk, there's no point of me hanging around you.
Life's too short. I mean,
exactly.
Why would I waste time? You have a family and you have a daughter. Like, you can spend time with them. There's no reason to spend time around people that aren't constructive.
All right. Should I bring up the gambling story?
It might be our greatest glory. We're in Vancouver. I don't know why I'm there, but I'm visiting Terry. Do you know why I'm there?
I think you just wanted to like do something for a few days.
Yeah.
And you're like, can I come up and crash on your couch? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Come crash on my couch for a couple of days. Yeah. So we're in Vancouver. We're in Burnaby, which is a suburb of Vancouver. And Brian comes over, and we're looking for like something to do. As one of my friends is like, oh, what are you doing? He's like, you want to hang out? I was like, sure. So he brings over another friend of his who's, let's just say they enjoy the recreational pharmaceuticals from time to time.
They were having a good time.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out like something to do. So we ended up playing Trivial Pursuit, I believe. And we're like scrambling to try to find a copy of the game. And so we ended up playing like Trivia Pursuit for like $100 a question or something ridiculous. And, my friends order some pharmaceuticals to my place, and they're enjoying the party atmosphere while they're on one team, and Brian and I are on one team, just randomly answering Trivial Pursuit questions throughout the night. Yeah, it was a pretty fun night. It's definitely a strange night, which I don't think I've ever recreated with anyone else. And it's definitely, when I think of Brian Schneider that night, it's literally what always comes to mind. Just sitting around at like 11 p.m. or 12 o'clock at night, my friends, snorting the pharmaceuticals, getting it delivered, and just sitting around answering Trivial Pursuit questions.
Yeah, you reminded me of the story. I pitched it to Randy Bueller, and he was like, I don't know about that one. but I wrote it down again. And it's this story of board game hustling. So you're like, you take up a place at like a coffee shop or a bar, and you're like $50 a game, and then you essentially develop the universe and the story around that conceit. There's something about it that's really fun, and we lived it.
Yeah.
And we lived it, and it was a really fun night, and because we won.
Yeah. I mean, if we lost, it's a little bit fun night because the money, losing the money wouldn't have been very memorable. Like who cares? Like you lose a few hundred here or there, right? It doesn't really matter. But just the night in general is going to be memorable.
Yeah, I remember it fondly. It was fun anyway. There's something about humans competing with each other for silly reasons and about silly things that's like always fun. I'm kind of curious what games you stream. What's your jam?
Mainly it's been Hearthstone Battlegrounds because it's not repetitive. I've been streaming this mainly for the last 6 years. Now I've been streaming a bunch of Magic as well because I'm re-addicted, which is not good. But mainly Hearthstone.
What does Teresa think about this?
She doesn't look at my bills. Okay, let's just say that. But
it's a healthy marriage dynamic.
It is, as long as the bills get paid, which she's the primary breadwinner now because I just sit at home with the kid. But as long as she pays the bills and don't ask for any money or anything, it's all good. But mainly streaming Hearthstone Battlegrounds. I probably have the most hours played of that game than anyone in the world because I played it literally nonstop for since the game came out, except for a 1 month stretch. We're talking 10 hours a day for 5 years or something.
Did you invite Mike Donay to watch? You're like, hey,
Mike Donay's come into my chat before because I know he created it, right? I'm pretty sure I remember Mike came in before I was in my chat and he was one of the creators. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have one of the if not the most, definitely top 2 or 3. I don't know any active streamer that has the hours I put in. But mostly Hearthstone. I just like it that the games are slightly different. It's like playing draft in Magic. Every round is slightly different. While there is some repetition in what you do, every game has enough variance that you're not feeling bored of it, because it's just repetition. We played so much constructed Magic over the years that there's no way I could sit around and actually play hours and hours and hours.
No, come on,
Magic.
man. That's the worst.
Yeah, I'm old.
It's like limited or bust, or the Highlander formats. I do quite like the Commander format from a design perspective.
Yeah, I still play some constructed on Magic Arena just because it's good to get monthly rewards, do dailies and stuff. But I try not to do stuff super competitively on that and just play limited. But limited drafting on Magic Arena is not cheap, man. It's $7 a draft or something. And the drafts last an hour, and if you don't do well, you get some of it back in in-game currency, but if you don't, you're burning a lot of money. People must burn a ton of money in that game. Good for them.
Here's one that I got today. I got one of these calls where the guy was like, "How much would you sell your house?" And it's what if we made a really good offer? And I was like, "No, I'm not interested in talking." But what would you do in your shoes? How would you respond to that call?
If to sell your house, sell my house,
it would have to be insane, right?
It'd have to be a very good offer, because then you have to go through the whole process of rebuying and moving and all that stuff.
Yeah, I already have a lot of work to do. What are you doing to me, man? I don't want more work.
Cash is always good, though. Cash is always good.
You know what I would say? Physical assets are real good right now. I disagree with you. Cash is not always good. Physical assets are often best.
Yeah, but you could take the cash and turn it into other physical assets, right? It's not
concur. That I agree with.
All right, so it's not like you're just going to be sitting there on your big pile of cash because you sold off your house. You're just going to turn it into other sort of investments. But yeah, I don't know if someone came up to me with a big wad of cash and what I would do. I haven't looked at a condo though, so it's not nearly as exciting.
Yeah. It's I like our life. I don't need to change it. I guess if we were forced to move, then I would think about it differently. Or if I got a job in the South and I had a hour and a half commute or something, that would
Yeah.
change my tune. But I hope not to. I feel like once you find your place, you want to stay there.
Yeah, my wife eventually wants to move like closer to her family and more toward Vancouver, out of the area we're in now. But I mean, I'm happy with it. My daughter's school is 1 block away, and then when she
Mhm.
goes to high school, it's 1 block the other direction. So it's like this is a pretty nice location for us to be in. Like there's right, just because
That
there's
seems awesome.
some random violence, because there's violence in every city nowadays, but like there's some random violence that occasionally happens nearby. It is what it
What
is. Just don't get involved.
What's Canada like? Has it changed at all since I was last there, like 20
I
years ago?
mean, property has gone through the roof. It's starting to recess a little.
Hmm.
Like the property prices are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you live in San Francisco, right? So I mean, I'm sure you're experiencing that. But the problem is like the average salary here is nowhere near what San Francisco is. If
Hmm.
the housing prices are, I think we're like, last I checked, we're like the third most unaffordable city to live in the world. Like houses in like shitters in Vancouver are like over $1 million.
Hmm.
I think like average salary in the city of Vancouver is like 60,000 or something. Like,
Hmm.
how's anyone supposed to ever buy a house?
Yeah, those days are over.
Yeah,
We have ruined everything by accident with our greed.
yeah. I mean, the problem is Vancouver is such a nice destination that we have so much foreign money coming in here. Like
Hmm.
everyone from like China and Hong Kong and just Asia in general are buying up property like crazy. So now it's at the point where we're a little overdeveloped, and now we're like the rent and stuff is starting to go down a little, because it's like a Vancouver apartment downtown was like $3,500 for a 1 bedroom. I'm just like, holy fuck.
Hmm.
How the hell is anyone supposed to be able to afford any of this? Right. But like now it's starting to recess with us. So it's only like $3,000 for a one.
Yeah,
There's
it's
just so
pretty
many
insane.
developments coming. Yeah, just so many developments coming up. Like there's construction like all around my place, and I'm like an hour, maybe like 40 minutes outside downtown. Well, it's still like
Mhm.
just so much construction, but a lot of development. We have like World Cup also coming here like in a few weeks, and they're going to shut down streets and stuff. And just like we are not going anywhere near the downtown core or anywhere near for the
Yeah.
next month, because that's going to be disaster. But the city is beautiful. Like I can't imagine living anywhere else in North America except for maybe like San Diego, which I thought was
Yeah.
a very nice city.
San Diego is pretty nice.
Yeah, but
That's like
there's
our
nowhere else I'd want to ever live.
it's our landing place when we're in our 60s or 70s, I think.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, is there anywhere else you would rather live than San Francisco and then North America right now?
I don't live in San Francisco. I don't particularly. I live in Marin, and that's much nicer. I live near Star Wars, where
Okay.
Skywalker Ranch. So it's really nice. The weather's good. It's comfortable. I like where we live. San Diego would be the other place that I would consider at some point. And that's about it. There's not like a lot of wanderlust. I don't have any wanderlust at this point. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
definitely a good place. There are a lot of creative people who spent a lot of time here. Lucas is here. Pixar's nearby. Industrial Light and Magic was here. So like, there's a ton of creative juice here still. And that's been a really nice boon. There's a ton of like comedy and musicians and stuff like that here.
Oh, that sounds pretty nice. So you're away from all like the tech bro type personalities that probably are way more prevalent. No.
No, they're not. So the way it works, there's like different weather patterns in San Francisco. Every
Okay.
neighborhood is a different temperature, and I think every like neighborhood has a different population. But if you're in Sausalito, you have this mix of like it's a beautiful place. It's close to the city, so you have a mix of people who work in the city or people who are just kind of want to live their life. When you get to like north of that by like 10 minutes, that's where you get like wealthier people who work in the city, and that's what I don't know what tech bro is, but like someone who is working at a company and doing really well, that's where they're going to live often. And then 10 minutes north of that is where it's more retirees and normal people and families live. And
Okay.
then 10 minutes more north of that, and you're talking about red state almost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like very different feeling, and we're just in the middle of the sandwich. We're not in like the crazy blue, extremely wealthy group, nor the like we'll eat your young group on the far right.
That sounds like a nice spot to be in general.
Yeah, I like it. The weather's good. We've got a nice setup. The kids like it here. They've got a good school. My wife has a good job here. She likes infinitely. So it's I don't think about leaving unless like I've had a couple of jobs come up that were like, ooh, that would be neat, but I'm not going anywhere.
I mean, most of the things you could probably do remotely, right? At this point.
I think
No?
the world's been returning to more of a hybrid or work in person model. I think remote is harder to get now than it used to be, and those jobs are more in demand because more companies have been pushing for real life work.
Real life.
So,
God.
oh yeah, for sure.
Who wants to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I like working in person, especially on creative stuff. So I'm for it if it's not too far away. But where I live, it's like my options are San Francisco based for the most part.
Yeah. I mean,
Anything south of that's tough.
there's probably like a lot of stuff that you could do in the San Francisco area. I don't think if you really wanted to find something, I'm sure you could easily find something to do.
Yeah, I think that's true. I don't spend too much time fretting it
Yeah.
or thinking about it. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on here and a ton of opportunity to show what you can do. So I don't think I'm leaving, is what I'm saying.
That's good. It's good just to be settled. Like I remember in my youth, I'd even like my wife just like refuses to like move. So like I was offered a chance to go interview for a job at Microsoft because I actually graduated with a computer science degree.
Mhm.
And then she was just my girlfriend. She's like, "Yeah, we're never moving to Seattle." So I'm like, "Okay, this is like probably 1 year into my poker career," and I was ready, just like done because like I graduated like right during the .com crash, like
Mhm.
back when I was a young Terry. So I was like, couldn't find a job for a while. Found one at a startup. Experience was terrible, and then I was playing poker on the side, and then moved into poker. Right, but like I got like a nice juicy title because I was working for a startup, and titles are free.
Yeah, titles are free for sure.
Yeah, so I was like listed as like a software development manager like 6 months into the job. So I was like, oh, this is a nice title on my resume. So it was like had my job on like whatever Indeed or whatever, my resume on like Indeed or something. And some headhunter came looking for me after like I was into poker already and left that job for like a year. He's like, oh, you want to come interview at Microsoft? I'm like, it seems pretty good. And my wife / girlfriend at the time is like, yeah, we're never leaving Vancouver. I can never live without my parents nearby. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess that ends that conversation. I'm like, what could have been? I could have been like one of the tech bros or some multimillionaire who got some nice Microsoft options back in the day.
Yeah.
That's okay. My life is great.
I think of tech
No
bro
regret.
as a specific thing. Like tech bros were people who drank a lot and partied a lot 15 to 20, like 15 to 17 years ago. They were
Yeah.
more like fraternity brothers.
Yeah.
But I don't know
think
what
a
a
little.
tech bro is really, because like either way you used it was like pretty. I don't know actually what you mean. Although I
It's
think you
probably
mean
like
something.
probably similar to what you're thinking. Like
Okay.
the like they have a bit of like a superiority complex to them. Like I guess kind of like the frat brother-ish. The guys who are like make all the money from and just like think they're like king of the world. Mostly all in like tech and yeah.
Yeah, there
Probably
definitely
that.
are some of those people for sure.
Yeah. Just like a lot of ego to them tends to be, and they're not like the ego from like the jocks back in the day. They're just like because tech is cool now, so they're the tech guys doing it now.
Yeah, I mean everyone likes to win, right?
Yeah,
and that's pretty much it. It's like, oh, the tech guy wins now. What is that
Yeah.
that flavor of alpha male, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess tech bro is alpha male.
Yeah, kind of a different type of alpha male than the alpha male of the past.
Yeah,
Not like the
he
Andrew Tates of the
outsmarted.
world. Yeah,
He outsmarted the alpha male. He's
Yeah.
like whatever we want to call it, the iota male.
I kind of think of it as like what used to be like the stockbroker type guys, you know, the stereotype of the stockbroker, super cocky, you know, partying hard, gambling hard, drinking hard type guys, but like they're just in the tech industry instead of being that stockbroker type. If you see like the movies of like the 90s, like Boiler Room and all that sort of stuff, like those type of guys, but you know, just tech, rich from either tech or like crypto or something, you know, those kind of people.
They're different groups. Those are different groups. They intersect, but they're definitely different. I was talking to Weissman, and he's like deep in the crypto world and understands it really well, and that's a different world than like venture capitalist.
Oh yeah, it's totally different.
They're very different worlds. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the world. I mean, the tech and crypto world.
Yeah. Okay.
Were you ever really deep into crypto?
I never touched it. Never owned any of it. I what's that? Did you?
Me neither. I never got into it either. That's like the two massive ways of making money in the past: magic cards and crypto, and just like missed them both.
Yeah, I mean, working at tech companies early, like if they pay off, is similar, right? So you're like, when I was at Zynga, like it was like, do I want more risk? Do I want to put money in this Bitcoin stuff at $10? Like it's like I have a lot of risk already. Like, do I need more? So I could have, like, there were definitely people who did, but I have not ever been drawn to that vision of the future. I feel like it's basically trying to steal money from the rest of us, and feel that way even increasingly. So it's I'll say ambivalent, but it's not something that I've been close to at all or dug too deeply into.
Yeah, the poker world is definitely heavily influenced by crypto. Like a lot of people that made a lot, like that were into poker like 15, 20 years ago or whatever, they're all like super into crypto and investing in crypto, and they all made like a ton of money. So crypto definitely had to have the other, and unfortunately I didn't join them in those affairs.
Yeah, it certainly played out in Silicon Valley a ton too, obviously. I think it depends on what you prioritize. Like for me, it's not something I think about too much. It's not my personality. Like I'm like, oh, I get to keep this thing in a game. I don't care. It's, oh, I have this thing that's not useful, but it's gonna gain in value. I don't care. Like those are not things that I index on. So it's just they're different personalities that go after different things.
Yeah, just about also a lot about risk, how risk adverse you are about losing that money or not. And I was always more risk adverse.
I'm no gambler, so it's I tend if you have reason to gamble, then gamble. But I think that's the right way to do it. What games do you guys play at home?
Well, I mainly just play like computer games with my daughter. I don't play like physical board games with her much. One, because she likes to open up things and lose pieces really easily, and does not keep things very tidy. We played like Roblox with each other. I do it on stream with her sometimes. She really
does she have her own stream?
No, she's not. She's not old enough.
You don't have an OBS. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You have to be over 13 to be able to stream.
That's nice. That's nice. The world has some level of sanity to it.
Well, don't worry. People lie and get in trouble all the time, but that's a whole different story. But Roblox is the main one we play together. We played some Fall Guys and stuff together. Just like family friendly stuff. I don't let her get onto the internet for like any of her games.
Yeah,
I am super strict on her. Like I let her use the computer a ton so she can play games. Yeah, but like she has like everything blocked. She can't get onto Chrome for a long time. Her phone has like everything blocked. She can't get onto YouTube. Like I let her play games and stuff, but like, yeah, you gotta restrict. Like, the only YouTube she's allowed is YouTube Music, so she can listen to music and stuff.
Sure.
At least, and even then, there's all sorts of weird stuff that comes onto the YouTube Music algorithm that she goes into. But you know, I'm super strict about that sort of stuff. Like, the internet's a scary place, man, and I want my daughter to be pretty computer proficient and be able to do things, but I don't want, you know, people to have access with her too much. She's able to like Minecraft and Roblox with her friends, but I'll like make sure she only plays with friends and have a strict watch of her friends list. Like, at one point, I was like, "Who are all these random people on your friends list?" I had to go and like delete like 50 people off her friends list that she doesn't know and make sure she doesn't talk to anyone. Yeah,
that's pretty
definitely scary. Yeah, she just like sometimes just goes and starts adding people as friends that aren't. So just like, who the hell are these people? You gotta be careful. You know, even if you change all the settings for safety, it's you know, one of those things you never know who she invites as a friend. Do your kids play much online stuff?
No. I think my youngest is into gardenscapes. And then my oldest is a huge reader. She plays Stardew Valley on the plane. Like, in general, they only get stuff on the plane. They use their iPads very rarely, so it's like it doesn't come up very much.
That's good.
Yeah, we play physical games. Like, if they get a half hour, an hour on a weekend at most. That's it.
Wow, that's much stricter than me.
I mean, like, they don't ask for it. To be frank, like, they're not like, they'd rather spend time with us and doing something and us not on our phone, which is the hardest part. So last night I played Splendor with the girls for a couple hours and for an hour or so, and you know, that's what that makes them happy and makes me happy too. So it's really not a pressure. You know, it was for a little bit because like the community in their grade was like, let's all use Roblox together and chat together, and we were like, no. Like, and the community actually was like, for the most part, no. Only parents that don't want to parent seem to keep letting their kids do their gaming. But for the most part, I think we kind of stopped it.
That's awesome. That's much better than I have done, I think. I think my daughter is a little bit addicted to her phone. And by a little bit, I mean super addicted to phone and computer. So much so that we had to punish her, huh?
they're wonderful. Like, yeah, it's like, why make things so delightful to use? You're so powerful with a phone. Yeah. Can you make the body more wonderful? That would be great. Why don't you make the body and mind more wonderful? And then we'll talk about me not using my phone more. Sorry, I'm just kidding. But it is kind of funny how like you have to compete with this really amazing tool. It's amazing.
It is.
It's wonderful, and at the same time, it's ruining certain aspects of our lives. So it's make humans more interesting. How about that, Terry?
That's
where's
tough,
that startup?
My general belief is that most people are idiots, so it's pretty tough to make humans more interesting. when that's my general belief. Like,
I mean, sure makes the argument for using the phone better. Like, maybe you're doing her a favor.
I mean, in general, I'm just like, yeah, just assume when you're trying to show someone something that they're idiots until they show you otherwise. Because in general, people do stupid stuff. And if you have low expectations for them, never get too disappointed by it.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I mean, in the Bay Area, you don't have that issue really. You're like, oh, usually they're smart and can flex to humor. Sometimes they're smart, but like not funny or good at being like conversant. But I don't hit that too much. That's another reason not to leave. Like, people can laugh at your jokes, and you can be funny in many directions, and it works. You don't want to be in the South doing that, I don't think. Yeah.
Is there much tech in the South?
I don't know what the South even is anymore. I've not been there. I went to Florida, which was a mistake for the holiday, and I don't advise it. I have friends who live in Florida, and I think they're just wrong when they say they're like, oh, it's got its perks. I'm like, incorrect. This is evidence that you are living in a simulation.
I mean, Florida is great if we just want to go visit like Disney Worlds or something.
Yeah, sure.
There's no way I would actually want to live there.
They're so predatory towards tourists. It was every bill when we went to Miami, every bill that we had there was incorrect in the favor of the house. Every time we like had to go to the garage, it was like hundreds of dollars incorrect in the other range. We went and parked in a neighborhood that tourists park in. They towed all the tourist cars, including ours, and made us do a ton of work to get our car back, knowing we were on vacation just to tax us. So it was like miserable. While there were highlights in Miami, just like, why would you want to go anywhere that just clearly wants to be cruel to you? And I asked actually the hotel hostess, I was like, hey, why does this keep happening? It's like, well, you don't pay taxes. So it's like they're in on it. And so it just felt awful. And that was like a nice place in Florida. Anyway. Yeah, the funny thing is we went to the Keys afterwards and we were like, oh, maybe this will be the part of the we went right back to Miami. That's how bad the trip to Florida was. Anyway, I'm wearing this pink hat. It says Miami on it. So I got one thing out of it.
Just stick to Disney, man. They cater to you very well. Even they take advantage of you in different ways.
No, I like it better because the creativity is expressed there. Like when you go to Disney World, you're like, wow, they really do enjoy creativity and the fun of like what humans can do. That part is clear. And if they sell you a tchotchke along the way or try to make you buy some extra stuff, it's not that. It doesn't bother me that much when you're just like taking it in and you're like, this is actually like pretty fucking cool, right? It's just wow, this is like what humans can do, and it's fun and delightful, and it really is a great special time for people. So that was my last experience at Disney, which was an interesting one for many reasons. But I kind of saw it through that lens. I'm like, I definitely liked it more than I didn't.
Yeah, I definitely think Disney is a great resort. Like we were there, I guess 3 years ago now, and we were there for like 2 weeks, and it was awesome. It was expensive. Don't get me wrong; they rake you over the coals for the food and drinks and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like they just treat you so well. Like it's just like a super pleasant experience all around. Like there's nothing. Can't say anything bad about those theme parks. They definitely know what they're doing. Like they make the experience just so enjoyable all around.
I'll tell you a story. I don't know if you read this story, but it was my best. It was probably my best story. Where I go to Florida. My wife has had a bike accident, and we go visit my parents. The kids are both sick. Then my mom was going to watch the girls my dad and I go to a football game, and it just doesn't feel like it's the right thing to do. So I take the girls, I buy them seats. We go to this football game. My dad buys them food. I say, hey, man, can you get him some snacks while he's out walking around? He comes up to the seats, and he almost falls over the rail, killing himself. Instead, he pulls out his shoulder and breaks his shoulder.
Oh, damn.
But we're supposed to go to Disney World the next day, so he's just like holding it in a sling. He's going to tough it out. And then the Ravens lose 28-27 in the last minute. And then we go to Disney World the next day, and we're at a restaurant called Be Our Guest. And he's cutting a steak, and then he's like, ouch, I can't move my arm. It hurts. My arm hurts. So I go and tell the hostess, and in 60 seconds, he's out, paramedics, and to the hospital. And it was Be Our Guest, put our service to the test. Disney was like very much the right place to have that happen. If you're going to have a heart attack or something, do it at Disney. They will take care of you. That's the moral of the story.
That's the moral of the story.
He had a broken shoulder, and he did get it fixed. He's doing all right now, shoulder replacement. But never go to Jacksonville Stadium. It's garbage. Another reason not to go to Florida.
I'm telling you, man, if you're going to go to Florida, the only place to go is like Disney and Universal. Those are like the only spots that you'd ever want to go.
You're not hearing any disagreement with me. Like, I'm not disagreeing. I'm strongly agreeing with you, and certainly not itching to go back. My parents moved to Naples, which is like the 40th city in Florida they've lived in, and I don't care. Like, enjoy it. I'll see you somewhere else, not in Florida. Come visit us. It's nice. I know it's nice, and no one will cheat you.
Whereabouts is Naples located? Is it near like Miami, or is it like?
It's somewhere where hurricanes happen. I think it's on the left side.
That's the whole state, isn't it?
Yeah, the west side. So it's I think it's southwest side.
Oh, okay. I mean, it must be nice weather in general.
I'm sure that there is. I'm sure it's pretty nice. They have like baseball spring league there and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's I think it's a nice place. Am I itching to go to Florida? No. I am not. Sorry, Dad and Mom. My dad's going to be on this podcast.
Oh, is he? That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, your parents had to live through that crappy Maryland weather for, however many decades. Well, right? Let them enjoy the nice weather of Florida at least.
Yeah, it makes it cheaper to live in Maryland because the weather is bad. Yeah, no one pays for bad weather.
That's not true because you just get close to Washington D.C. I'm sure it's super expensive.
yeah, that's true. What do you want to talk about, Terry? Oh, what's on your bucket list at this point? What do you want to accomplish?
My bucket list?
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
have so much life left.
There's nothing really on my bucket list, man. I'm a pretty simple man, I have a happy family. I have relatively good health.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see my daughter do well in life. That's not really a bucket list. That's just called being a parent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? That sounds right.
Right, like there's nothing I really want for or really crave. Like I've actually been thinking about potentially going back to work at some point. But like I'm super picky. I want to do like something that's actually like good for the world.
Oh yeah, you have to pay to do that actually.
I was like looking to like work for like charities or hospitals or something, like do some, I don't know, customer service or something along those lines, right? Just because like literally like my whole life of being like a poker player and all that stuff is literally just about like taking from people. So I'm like, maybe something that actually gives back to the world and not just like so predatory. So,
I like the idea.
Yeah, the idea is great. I don't know how the implementation of it's going to be. Right, but like it's one of those things. Like, like I was playing poker professionally for like 20 years. Like my whole life is just about like taking money from people. Maybe something that's actually like helpful. Maybe work for a charity. Doesn't have to pay a lot. Just just something that makes me feel good in life. But no real bucket list things. How about you? Do you have any sort of goals in life that you haven't really accomplished?
I wanted to write a book and put it out, and I did it. I like writing, so I think I'll just keep doing that. Otherwise, I do think it's kind of time for me to start my own thing. That's something that I think is probably on the bucket list. And that's probably it. I would have liked to have made an album at some point, but it's weird in this time frame when you have these tools. Like there's a sea change moment in like the 2000s where a lot of musicians go into technology because they're just more powerful as creative with tech tools, and now with AI tools, you're even more swayed, I think, away from making music, even though I love making music because it's so much slower than a lot of the other things you could do. But I'd like to make an album at some point. When I started this Substack, the first thing I did was record a song, and I was like, ooh, that's 80 to 90% good. What could I do to get to 100? And I bought these special mics. I think they're semi-cardioid mics, and I got them set up so that they would record my guitar and just make it sound perfect. And then the next day, I started writing the book and then never played music, like recorded music again. It's just they're all sitting over there, and I'm very much ready to play. I've practiced the song thousands of times, and I'm ready whenever I'm ready. But it's just writing is so much more powerful, so much more quickly than trying to write a song that's new. It's a lot, much more work than we give it credit for. It's really hard to make a good song. And to record it well, Jesus, I was in tears recording the audiobook. Like, that is a hardship to record anything. AI tools are a blessing from God when it comes to making edits to video and audio.
Have you done any more busking in the last 20 years? Because I know you when you were here, you're like, we should just go and go to the street corner and start busking for our dinner. I was like, why the hell would we want to do that? We have money. We could just go get a good dinner.
Yeah. I busked about 5 times probably in my life, and it was fun. It teaches you a lot about how people work, which is good. But like, I never thought of it as a business opportunity, more as like a, hey, it'll be fun to like see what the people here are like. Do they interact with you? Do they not interact with you? It's more like theater, right? I think I performed. I was in we won a School of Rock tuition at a school auction when my kids were young. And so I tried to get my kids to go and they wouldn't go. And I tried to get my nephews to go and they wouldn't go. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. So I ended up playing at a venue that's pretty well known here, and played the guitar and sang. And then my wife got into an accident, like I mentioned. And so I haven't played in a band since. But I did get a chance to play on stage. I did make all of our music for our last company for the games that we put out. So millions of people have heard plinks that came from my computer, and I can feel pretty good about that.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever go and busk. That just seems like something not my style. I don't know.
I think I could do it. Yesterday my daughter performed. Like, they were doing, basically it's not player musical season, so they do this musical practice. So she signed up and she sang a song, and it's like, I would karaoke. I would co-sing with all those kids, man. I enjoy it. But it takes a while. You got to like practice for 30 years and torture yourself before you learn to enjoy it. So there's still time for you.
Still time. Like, I'll do it
when
when
you're
I'm
streaming,
70.
for God's sakes. Let's sing right now.
Yeah, but streaming is just doesn't feel, you don't see the actual people looking back at you. See, I don't know.
Yeah, is there Terry saying music? Like, what do you listen to? What's your classic music, your playlist?
Like 90s hip hop and pop music in general.
Okay.
My chat gets sick of it. Like, my playlist is like 550 songs long, and it's just like, they're like, we hear the same songs over and over. I'm like, I stream a lot. It's not my fault. This playlist is enormous.
Yeah.
They're like, why do we keep hearing the same songs over? I'm like, don't blame me. Blame the randomizer. It just
random's not random. Evidence. Someone should just be tracking it and telling you where random's not random. Like,
they're much too lazy to do that. Let's be fair.
Man, there's no room for lazy right now. It is the most fun time not to be lazy I've ever seen. It is really fun not to be lazy right now.
Yeah, well, lazy has been my brand for many a year. So.
Good old rock. Nothing beats rock.
I got like 30 years of being lazy. It's fine. It suits me just fine.
If you could do a top 8, if you could do an 8-man draft right now with anyone you wanted, who would you choose? Like, from the history of Magic.
From the history of Magic.
In person. You have to do it in person. You have to wear pants.
Oh,
that should be on your bucket list. Pants that are like comfortable enough that you would actually wear them while you're streaming.
Okay. Well,
you don't have to wear them, but
while I'm streaming, it's pretty tough. Well, if I'm going out, there are plenty of pants that are comfortable enough to go out in. Well, mostly it's like, I used to always wear velour tracksuits because they're so comfortable, but they don't make them really anymore. At least not for guys. They're definitely available for females, but
women get all the best clothes. It's been true for so long. It's nice that someone gets them at least.
Yeah, the people I would want to do an 8-man draft with. I mean, the most fun was like definitely like Brian Hacker and John Yu would have to be involved. Their personalities are just amazing, and they make the draft so much fun. So that would be 2. I really enjoyed drafting with Jason Zila, another one from
that's a blast from the past.
The Cali crew. Huey was also a ton of fun to draft with. I drafted with him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's at 4 plus myself is 5. Let me think of who else there'd be. I never really got to draft much versus like Kai.
Mm-hmm.
He was never really into the money draft. He was actually like too busy winning events and stuff. So
he was there to win. He did not care for fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Like his passing actually hit me really hard. I was pretty sad when I saw that. And I saw the interview with Dirk and Marco after. I was just like, oh, I was like almost in tears.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. Do you have any Kai memories?
Like the only memory I have of Kai, I was playing Replenish in an extended tour that I think he was the one he came second to Tommy Wallamies.
Mm-hmm.
And like me and Kai were like, we're like acquaintances probably more than friends. Mm-hmm. Right. And I was like super high on Replenish and he knew I was super high on Replenish, and he was obviously a bad choice because everyone was playing the Necro Donate Illusions deck. Right. And so just randomly he's like going up an elevator and I'm coming down the elevator. He's like, Replenish. I was like, I'll fight you, goddamn. Let's play right now. Yeah, that's my fondest Kai memory right there. He just randomly trolling me just out of nowhere. I was just like, God damn it. Anyways, back to
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, back to the question. Who else will probably be there? I know definitely not Dan Clay.
Oh, really slow, man.
I remember that one time. Okay, this is like totally sidetracking. We did like a money draft. I think it's me and you versus Clegg and somebody. We started at like 2.5 hours before I need to leave to get on my flight, and I was just like,
he knew he was going to win somehow.
Yeah, and we just like your game was like going so long, like in game 1. Maybe it wasn't 2.5 hours, but it was like a long time before our flight. Mm-hmm. And like maybe like an hour and a half. And just your game 1 was going so long. I was like, okay, I can't do it. I can't wait anymore. And Clegg just got into like super pissed. Like, no, we agreed to play this out for like I want to play the person that actually drafted the deck. He wouldn't let you like you just play for him. And I was like, I'll leave the money here. If we win, I just collect it from next time. Otherwise, Brian will pay you or whatever. And I think we ended up being like late for our flight that day. And I think
we won. Is my memory, but
yeah, I think I just like I have to go. If I remember, because I think me and Fung like missed our flight by like 15 minutes or something, and then we had to take like $150 taxi back to the convention center afterward, and not get back the next day. But I definitely remember that Dan Clay man. I'm trying to think of who else would be fun. Maybe Truck, because just Truck with the hacker.
Yeah, big personality.
Yeah, the big person. I mean, Finkel and was pretty fun to draft against too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even know how many that is now. It's like mostly it's always just like the Cali people and then the people from New York. That's pretty much all I came to. I mean, Land was a pretty good personality too, but like he didn't money draft that much. Right. So
it was like Lapine and Clark and
Dano.
The Boston
like
kids.
The dickhead guys, the hacker, a Truck, John Yu. Just the big personality guy, just because it was fun. Like Igor. He was like technically both sides now because he was started off LA, ended up in New York. Just those guys, like I guess that would be it. Like some group of those guys in Huey. Like it wasn't ever like Lapine or any of them. Like didn't really do that much with those guys. It was just always like I guess like Gabe Tang because we're so close, and Gary Wise too would be added into that list. More Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
We like because me and Gabe hung out a fair bit. Even like outside of events, like I would fly to Toronto and hang out at his place for like a couple weeks at a time during summers or like before nationals and all that stuff. So yeah, just the big personality people. Like you don't want to like the money is great. Like we're playing for like $50 or whatever, but like really the money doesn't matter. It's just about having fun. The money just makes sure you try to play, actually well, as opposed to like screwing around, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, the big personality guys. I don't remember you doing very much in the way of money drafting. You were just like, I like to construct the cards.
I mean, once you get to Wizards, you're pretty much on the boat with Bilbo going to wherever the elves go when they die, right? So,
No, but
yeah,
even before then, I don't. Before you worked at Wizards, you were never big into the drafting.
yeah, I probably did like 5 or 10. I probably did like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably 10. Um, and that was enough. I did pretty well. I'm like, all right. But I have other stuff to do. I go to bed, things like that.
Go to bed. You're young. You don't need to go to bed.
Mhm.
Going to bed is for the old people. Even though we were technically old at the time, relatively to the crowd.
That is true. Are we old? I don't know. I can't tell. I don't feel old yet, but I will feel old. And that is true. I'm sure that's coming. I think the first time I felt old was probably a couple months ago when I had I got invited to Dad's night for playing Magic, and we played this two-headed giant game, but I couldn't read the cards because the print was too small, and I was like, there was too much text in the first place. Like my brain doesn't want that much text, and then yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, in 5 years, Magic will be gone for me. I'll need like those like diamond cutter glasses, and that'll be my only way out.
There is way too much text on Magic cards.
It's brutal, man. I don't want it. I don't want the text. Like, give me some poems and some sparse notes on stuff. Like,
No,
I
just
don't
like
want a book.
it's such a tough barrier for entry now for new players, I think, because there's so much text on cards. Like, if you're new to the game, like all that text is just makes you not want to play. At least, like, it's just so hard to figure out what's going on. Like, that's one of the things I don't like about Magic. Like, it's great. It's still growing. I assume it seems like it's still growing. But man, how do you get into the game for like a reasonable amount of money and be able to like fully understand what's going on? Because like so much text.
It's like Pokemon, right? People buy it and don't play it.
I mean, the Pokemon market is ridiculous.
And yeah, they could be like becoming more Pokemon-like in terms of like how closely wound the audience is versus becoming more collector-oriented, which is a different way to live and arguably a better one for the long term.
I mean, right, go ahead.
No, I'm not sure that's true, but
I was gonna say, like, have you seen like the One Piece market, like secondary market? It's like it's very strange. Like, so I don't play One Piece. Like, it came out probably, I'm guessing, about like a year or so ago. And the secondary market for like the super rare serialized or whatever cards is like enormous. Like the prices are like in the tens of thousands, but like you never hear of people actually playing the game.
yeah. There's a sports game that was like Jeff Liu was playing with me, and it was like, this game is punishing, but it's like very valuable, I guess, and very rare. The way they built it was more like a crypto entity. So all the cards are worth a ton because there aren't any more, and it's just about scarcity of and cool designs.
Yeah, I mean, like One Piece is putting out a fair bit of sets. I think they put out 3 sets or something in the last year. I don't know much about it. I just like see it, but like it's weird seeing games that are so valuable without like you ever hearing about player base. Like, how is anyone supposed to get into this game? Like, you think you just need player base and then just have scarcity as something to appease the secondary market. But yeah, that doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, my smooth brain doesn't work like that.
Well, I feel like it's been good to see you. I probably need to get ready for my next thing,
Yes,
which is in moments. But
go get ready for your money making pre-seed round talk.
Yeah, that is the conversation. Yeah, I don't know that I have any issue with this going out sooner than later. I'm kind of like a different kind of dude when it comes to this stuff, where I'm like, I kind of want people to come. Like, once we're ready to build, I want people to play with us and have fun. That's the point. So I don't really have any issue. I don't think we're going to be building pretty fast. Hopefully in the open pretty soon. So.
Oh, well, if you need someone to play test or screw around with it, shoot me a message. I'll happily give it a whirl.
I think that's a good idea. I think that like we should probably talk after this.
Sounds good. Yeah, just shoot me a message, man. I'm always open to try out new stuff, especially helping out friends. Like, it looked really cool from what I saw. So, I probably have people that would be interested, or like that could give me insight and could tell me blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Give you some insight.
Let's talk afterwards. I think it's always good to hang with Terry T.
It is. We definitely should hang out sometime. Like, I haven't seen you probably in 25 years. Maybe I need to make a trip to San Francisco or the Bay Area sometime. We can have our families experience each other.
I'm often here. Yeah, you're definitely welcome anytime.
Okay, sounds good, buddy. Thanks so much for having me and hanging out on my stream.
and likewise, welcome to Substack.
Yeah, I never thought of Substack as like a live platform. I thought it was just where people put blogs and stuff out. That's like the only experience I ever had with it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. They're definitely playing the world differently than everyone else, which I like.
Yeah. So some of my chat said you guys should go all get Chili's together because they're in the Bay Area as well. You guys go get a triple dipper.
Just send me the time and place, calendar invite. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
See you, Terry.